Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store for items like the Razer Kiyo webcam, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And you know, dating sucks. It does. Dating is horrific. No one likes it. It's why so many people stay in just horribly dead relationships, because they are so fearful of being alone and have no desire to go out there and do it all over again. In many cases, it's simply easier just to go and get hookers than it is to actually try to find someone to spend the rest of your life with once you've had a long-term relationship end. But in some people's cases, they will fall for whatever comes their way because somebody is debonair enough and is able to pull it off. And here we see a story about a fake millionaire tycoon gets prison for online dating scam. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be crying any type of tears for anyone who scams people on the internet, especially a fake millionaire. So it says here that a man who posed along the East Coast as a millionaire oil tycoon to scam women on the internet dating sites out of hundreds of thousands of dollars was sentenced on Thursday to nearly 4 years in prison. Now, okay, a millionaire oil tycoon, right? Like, I can only imagine him looking like a Tennessean, you know, big cowboy hat, big boots, you know, like some straw in your mouth, like a drawl and a twain. Like, hello there, ladies. My name is Big Rex. I like oil. I got money. Put them together, sex. That's kind of how I'm viewing this. But still, how do you... Is this... I just want... Before we go into this here, I just want to say, I believe a lot of this is going to be people's inability to do a simple Google search, right? One of the things I love about what I do, and generally speaking, the audience that watches my content, is that you guys are smart. Right? It's like you guys can do Google foo. You can get out there and figure it out, but people out there don't, and that's sad that they get taken advantage of. It says here, U.S. District Judge Laura Taylor Swain described John Edward Taylor as sick and dangerous as she ordered him to serve 3 years and 10 months in a prison, an additional up to 14 months he served after related Virginia conviction. Yeah, someone who's scamming women, not just women, just people in general, out of hundreds of thousands of dollars is clearly a piece of crap. But 4 years does feel essentially like a low amount of time. But like I mentioned before in other videos, is people can, you know, commit murder and get like 5 years, right? But, you know, scamming someone out of material possessions can get you just as much time. The way we judge, crimes here is very odd sometimes. Now, the judge said 16 of Taylor's 24 victims from New York and Atlanta lost several $100s to more than $50,000 after encountering his quest for money, respect, admiration, and control. Oh, so he was a pickup artist. He must have been a real red-pilled motherfucker. The most red-pilled motherfucker. Remember, folks, be sure to turn off that pesky ad block. Yeah, I'm going to hell. She said some victims who lost a total of more than $290,000 were left financially ruined, while others had credit ratings ruined or were left suffering from fear, depression, anxiety, and concern for their personal safety. And I do understand that when you've been scammed, and I think, you know, like it doesn't matter how big this scam has been. I think there are a lot of people out there that have been scammed horrifically by people, and it does leave them feeling anxious and depressed and concerned for their personal safety. Is this person going to come back? Right? Like, my car was stolen on Christmas night. I've talked about it before, but it's like my girlfriend's car was stolen, and we're kind of paranoid now. So it's like lights are on, we're getting cameras installed, you know, we're doing all this kind of stuff to make sure it doesn't happen again, because our personal safety has been compromised, and therefore there's a level of fear that comes along with it, right? Just seems to make sense. And yes, this person is an absolute con artist, and I'm glad they got busted. Now, the scam ended after a married couple who met Taylor at a Philadelphia Phillies game they attended with their children on April 25th, 2015, reported him to the FBI. Okay. I wonder why. The father, identified in court only as DS, was among 6 victims who spoke at the sentencing of Taylor, as Taylor drooped his head at the defense table. The father said Taylor, 48, boasted that he was a billionaire oil tycoon as he led the family, including a child with special needs, onto a special elevator and down to first row seats, where everyone from ushers to spectators gushed what a good guy Taylor was. And this is how the ultimate con works, right? It's just enough truth to sell the lie, especially if you can come across as something that is bigger, bolder, grander than what people are normally used to. And that's a sign of a good con man. And from what we've been reading here, just based upon the initial reaction, is that this is a good con guy. Now, only later did the family learn that Taylor was a fraud, a fake, and a phony, as again, most con men are. The father said his family, which lost a few $100s, was duped by a very, very charismatic man. Yeah, I'm feeling the year. It's really hard to not make a president joke right now, but I'm gonna take the high road. I'm gonna take the high road and not do it. Very easy to fall under a spell, the father said. Assistant U.S. Attorney Jonathan Rebold requested a meaningful prison sentence, saying that Taylor had more than 10 past contacts with the criminal justice system. Yeah, and if you are that much of a scumbag who's been busted a bunch of times, and this is a big one, then you probably want to, I would say more than 4 years, right? Now, Rebold said that Taylor, from 2009 to 2016, boasted he was a millionaire businessman with oil and land interests in North Dakota to victims' online matchmaking and networking sites such as Match.com, eHarmony, Craigslist, and Seeking Arrangements. Craigslist. I knew it. I've had, when I was single, a long time ago, I've had profiles, some of those sites. So yeah, you can get into some pretty crazy stuff. And I've met some pretty crazy people off of Craigslist, trust me. So sometimes Taylor expressed an interest in hiring the victims to work on a new business venture, while others got a pitch for a romantic or personal relationship. Later, Taylor would sometimes steal the identities of victims to make purchases, transfer funds, open up new accounts, or use their credit cards. See, I was wondering how he did it. And that actually, don't get me wrong, it's horrible and it's scummy, and I'm glad he was busted, but it does kind of make sense that this particular person would go that particular route. Because all you have to do is gain these people's trust. You gain their trust and you can get in access to almost any part of anyone's life. And I mean, I had a friend who was not as bad as this, but he might as well have been. And I'm glad we're not friends anymore because, I looked at, screw him, but, he's this type of guy. He's the type of guy who if he could get away with something like this, he would. This is the type of guy that would go to GameStop or go to Walmart, buy a game, carefully go out to the parking lot, right? Carefully open the package using an X-Acto knife, pull out the disc, reseal it better than it was going in, and then go and return the game. Get his money back, get the free game. Yes, there are gateway crimes, this kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure he's committed a fair amount of identity fraud over the years. So yeah, I would see my friend getting busted like this. Now, later, so once confronted, Taylor would threaten to transmit sexually explicit images he had coerced from victims to their employers if they tried to collect debts. Oh, dude, that is messed up. That is messed up. Now, defense attorney Julia Gatto requested leniency, saying that Taylor, is in a mental health crisis, attempted suicide in prison and tried to disfigure himself by carving writings into his arms. She said a long prison sentence could kill Mr. Taylor. Now, I do liken myself to an objective individual who tries to look at the bright side of things as much as I possibly can while remaining objective, and then also trying to look past people's deeds in order to see them for who they truly are. It has gotten me in some trouble, I'm not going to lie. But this is one of those situations where, you know what, he's carving things into his arm. I'm going to go on the side of saying let him. I don't think a light prison sentence because the dude's got mental health problems. It's not like the guy, hit his head while he was riding a bike after he fell off of it, and then after that he tried eating his own poop and crayons. No, right? Like that would be someone who I could see, legitimate mental health problems right there. This dude willfully for 7 years, told women that he was a millionaire, coerced sexual imagery from them, used it against them when they found out that he was screwing them over. Like not the good kind of screwing either. Screw this dude. Now, Taylor, with his forearm wrapped in cloth, choked up as he apologized to victims he never looked at. He called himself a liar and a bragging, arrogant thief. But he added that he found new morals and he would not he wouldn't repeat his crimes. That's something a con artist would say. That is something an absolute con artist would in fact say. And again, it's because of that I simply don't care with this gentleman. You don't go 7 years screwing over this many people for hundreds of thousands of dollars, only to get caught and just go like, hold on, I'm going down the road, not across the street. I have mental health problems. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Clearly the guy has mental health problems, but it feels like a scam, right? I would say, what's he carving into himself and where is he carving it into his arm? If he's avoiding all major arteries, he's fucking with you. If he's trying to do it in a way that looks more crazy than it is, then he's messing with you. People like this aren't going to ever stop. This is a guy that down the road we will in fact hear more about. We will in fact hear this name again if he gets out in 4 years, because he won't be able to stop. He did it for 7 and he got away with it successfully. Right? He'll just pick his targets better next time, and he'll have more time to learn tactics. What is the best thing about locking people up? No, seriously, you lock a criminal up, what do? They hang out with other criminals and they trade information. They share stories. They learn from each other. You only get better the more often you go into the system. However odd that seems to say, it's true. So this is one of those times where I'm glad this guy's caught. I'm hoping he gets ultimately a longer sentence, and I'm hoping he never does actually hurt anyone else ever again. However, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think 4 years is too long? Is it short enough? How would you punish a guy like him for pulling off these crimes? These are things I'm curious to know. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, smash on that like button, definitely subscribe to the channel, click that bell, come back often for more content from me. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so in many ways. There's PayPal, Patreon, Bitcoin, Amazon affiliate sales, or you could just turn off that pesky ad block, which would really help me out a lot. And if you want to see more from me, you can do so right now.